You're leaning into a corner, everything feels fine, and then suddenly the bike feels heavy, stiff, unstable, and you don't know why. You slow down more than you wanted. You tense up. You come out of the turn thinking, man, I'm just bad at corners. But here's the truth: you're not bad at corners. You're just doing one thing that's quietly making you worse every single time you turn. And almost everyone does it. Hey, this is Matthew from Autozium. And today we're talking about the cornering habit that feels safe, feels logical, but is absolutely sabotaging your riding. And once you stop doing it, corners instantly feel calmer, smoother, and more controlled. Why corners suddenly feel heavy and unstable. Most riders can describe the moment perfectly. You're leaned into a corner. Everything feels fine. The bike is tracking. Then out of nowhere, it feels heavy. The steering doesn't feel free anymore. The bike feels stiff, unsettled, like it suddenly gained weight. And that's when doubt creeps in. You ease off more than you wanted. You tense your arms. You come out of the turn frustrated, wondering what you did wrong. Here's the important part. That feeling didn't come from speed. It didn't come from lean angle. And it didn't come from your motorcycle. It came from your body reacting to uncertainty. Most riders don't enter corners relaxed. They enter them prepared, which often means tense without realizing it. Shoulders slightly raised, grip a little firmer than necessary, breath already shallow. And when the corner tightens, or the road surface changes, or the bike leans a touch more than expected, the body reacts instantly, before the mind even catches up. You grip tighter. That one instinctive move changes everything. The moment you clamp onto the handlebars, the bike stops feeling smooth. Not because something went wrong, but because you just interfered with what the bike was already doing correctly. Motorcycles are designed to lean and self-stabilize through corners, but they rely on freedom of movement to do it. When your arms lock and your grip tightens, that freedom disappears. Now, every tiny movement of your body gets transmitted straight into the bars. A bump you'd normally glide over suddenly feels sharp. The front end starts feeling vague. The bike reacts to inputs you never meant to give. That's why the bike feels heavy. Not because it is, but because you're trying to carry it instead of letting it roll. This is where many riders misdiagnose the problem. They think, I need more confidence, or I need to slow down more, or I'm just not good at corners. But none of that is true. What you're feeling is feedback distortion, the bike talking to you through tension instead of clarity. And once that starts, the corner stops feeling predictable. Death grip steering and the confidence destroying feedback loop. Here's the part almost no one explains clearly. The handlebars are not there for you to hold the bike up. They're there to communicate with it. When you grip the bars tightly, you don't just add strength, you block information. The bike wants to lean, it wants to track smoothly, it wants to make micro corrections on its own. But a tight grip interferes with all of that. Instead of smooth feedback, you feel everything. Every vibration, every ripple in the pavement, every tiny change in direction. And your brain interprets that overload as instability. So what do? You grip harder. And that's where the loop begins. Tight grip, bike feels unstable. Bike feels unstable. Tighter grip. Tighter grip, harsher feedback. Harsher feedback, less confidence. Round and round it goes. This is why riders swear something is wrong with their bike, when nothing is. The tighter your arms are, the more the bike reacts to you instead of the road. Locked arms turn your torso into part of the steering system. Every shift in weight becomes an unintended input. That's why mid-corner bumps feel terrifying to tense riders and barely noticeable to relaxed ones. It's not bravery, it's biomechanics. Experienced riders don't force the bike through corners. Their arms are loose, elbows bent, hands calm. They're not muscling the bars, they're allowing the bike to move underneath them. That's real control. Corners don't require strength, they require permission. Permission for the bike to lean. Permission for the suspension to work. Permission for the tires to do their job. The moment you stop trying to hold the bike in a turn, it starts feeling planted again. That's when confidence comes back, not because you're riding harder, but because you're finally out of the way. Body control, vision, and letting the bike work. Here's a rule that changes everything once it clicks. Your lower body controls stability. Your upper body should stay quiet. Your legs anchor you to the bike. Your core supports your weight. Your hands guide. They do not hang on. If you're leaning into a corner and most of your weight is on your hands, something is off. That pressure transfers tension directly into the bars, and tension is the enemy of smooth cornering. A simple test proves this instantly. Mid-corner, you should be able to wiggle your fingers. Not to look cool, but to prove you're relaxed enough to let the bike work. Another mistake that compounds tension is freezing your head. Many riders move their eyes but not their head. They hesitate, they half commit, and that stiffness spreads through the body. Good riders turn their head early and confidently, not aggressively, but decisively. The bike follows the body follows the eyes. Bad corners usually start with poor vision and get magnified by tension. Then there's braking. Braking while tense is where everything falls apart. Abrupt braking mid-corner, combined with locked arms and target fixation, overloads the front suspension instantly. The bike stands up, the line goes wide, panic sets in. The bike didn't betray you. It followed instructions perfectly. Smooth riders separate actions. Brake first, release smoothly. Lean with trust. And if they brake mid-corner, it's gentle and progressive, never panicked. Finally, body position. You don't need race technique, but you do need to stop resisting the lean. When the bike leans and your body fights it, tension spikes. When you allow your body to flow naturally with the bike, everything calms down. Not exaggerated, not dramatic, just cooperative. Instead of thinking, I need to survive this corner, think, I'm letting the bike roll through this. One is force, the other is trust. And trust is what makes corners feel good. Why relaxation feels wrong, and why that's exactly the point. Here's the part that messes with almost every rider's head. Relaxing in a corner feels unsafe. Your instincts are screaming the opposite. Grip tighter, lock in. Hold the bike steady. That instinct makes sense. When humans feel uncertainty, we brace, we stabilize, we tense muscles to feel in control. The problem is, motorcycles don't reward bracing. They punish it. A motorcycle is already balanced on two narrow contact patches, leaning, moving, and constantly correcting itself. When you stiffen your body, you interrupt that process. You're not adding safety, you're adding noise. That's why letting go feels wrong at first. Your brain says, if I loosen up, I'll lose control. But the truth is, control improves the moment you stop trying to force it. This is why experienced riders look calm even in situations that feel intimidating to newer riders. They're not fearless. They're relaxed because they understand what actually stabilizes the bike. Tension creates unpredictability. Relaxation creates consistency. When your shoulders drop and your grip softens, several things happen immediately. The front suspension starts working properly again. The bars stop transmitting every tiny input. The bike begins tracking smoothly instead of reacting sharply. And most importantly, your brain stops receiving panic signals. Fear doesn't come from speed alone. It comes from uncertainty. When your body is tense, every sensation feels amplified. The bike feels twitchy, the road feels rough, the corner feels tighter than it actually is. Relaxation doesn't make the corner safer. It makes it clearer. Another reason relaxation feels wrong is because riders confuse it with laziness. Relaxed does not mean sloppy. Relaxed does not mean careless. Relaxed does not mean disengaged. It means available. Your arms are free to absorb movement. Your hands are free to guide instead of clamp. Your body is free to respond instead of react. This is especially important mid-corner when small adjustments matter. A relaxed rider can subtly adjust line without drama. A tense rider turns every correction into a fight. That's why once tension enters a corner, riders feel like they're surviving instead of riding. Here's something that helps break that pattern. Instead of telling yourself to relax, which rarely works, give your body something specific to do. Bend your elbows intentionally. Drop your shoulders consciously. Exhale slowly as you lean. That exhale is huge. Holding your breath locks your body. Breathing out tells your nervous system you're not in danger. And the moment your breathing slows, everything else follows. Good cornering isn't about bravery. It's about giving the bike permission to move. Once you experience how stable the bike feels when you're relaxed, you'll realize something important. You were never lacking confidence. You were drowning it with tension. The habit that changes everything, and how to break the old one. Now let's bring this home, because knowing this doesn't help unless you change what you do in the moment. The habit that sabotages cornering is simple. gripping harder when you feel unsure. It happens automatically, instantly, without thought. So the solution has to be just as automatic. You don't fix this by riding faster. You don't fix this by forcing yourself to lean more. You fix it by changing your body's default response. Here's a simple sequence that works. As you approach a corner, do a quick internal check. Are your shoulders creeping up? Are your elbows straightening? Is your grip tighter than it needs to be? If yes, that's your cue. Not to slow down more, not to panic, but to reset. Lighten your grip until you're just guiding the bars. Bend your elbows slightly. Exhale as you lean. That's it. No dramatic movement, no overthinking, just enough to break the tension loop. Another powerful shift is where you put your weight. If you're holding yourself up with your arms, you'll always be tense. Instead, anchor yourself with your legs and core. Squeeze the tank lightly with your knees. Let your lower body support you. Hands guide. Body supports. This alone makes corners feel dramatically calmer. Now, here's the most important part. You cannot wait until you're scared to practice this. You build this habit on easy roads, familiar corners, gentle curves. You practice relaxed arms when nothing feels threatening, so it's there when things get real. That's how experienced riders look calm in corners. Not because the corner is easy, but because their body knows what to do without thinking. And once this clicks, something unexpected happens. Corners stop feeling like tests. They stop feeling like moments where you're being judged by yourself or anyone else. They become predictable, repetitive, almost boring. That's a good thing, because boring corners mean controlled corners. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop interfering. And that's the shift most riders never make. They think riding well is about doing more effort, more input, more force. But smooth cornering comes from restraint, from trusting the bike, from trusting your setup, from trusting that motorcycles were designed to do this. Once you stop gripping the bars like they're trying to escape, the bike stops fighting you. And that's when riding changes. Not because you got braver, not because you got faster, but because you finally learned when to let go. If this helped you, stick around. This is Autozium, and I'm Matthew. We don't ride faster here. We ride smarter.